Hey kids, wanna hear a spooky story?
Yeah!
There once was a little boy named Pigchefer, and he is what we call a generational hater. He hates people, he hates college, he even hates every single game known to man. But the scariest thing of them all is the time of the year that he hates the most. Halloween. Okay, you can stop pretending to be scared now. I know you don't care. But yeah, if you're watching this video, it probably means I'm not doing anything for Halloween. Again. Now, I've come to feel really bad not enjoying things everyone else seems to love. Pretty much everything I've learned to hate started back in middle school, and the only reason I ever hated them was because everyone else liked them. And I was a rebel. And while I try to be more positive about things now, I still can't help but feel like that middle school hater is still a part of me. And that's why I'll always be a loner. But I don't know, I feel like Halloween is a different story for many reasons. Halloween has been something I've avoided ever since I was young. I think I've only ever participated like 3 times in my life. Every other year, my kid self chose to stay inside and do my homework or something. Now don't take that as me liking school. Please help me never come back. But that's just how much I hate Halloween. I would literally do anything else. So come every October, when everyone's in their Halloween spirit, I feel really bad that I can never relate. Back then, I always avoided it because of my clothes wearing anxiety. Having to choose what to wear, even for normal days, has always made me very insecure. I've only really felt safe with the most basic clothes that have basically nothing on them. So much so that my family still makes jokes about it to this day. My parents keep wanting me to dress more like my dad, with graphic tees with lots of brands on them, but I always feel super odd when I do. I constantly worry that people who see me will look at the stuff on my shirt and assume 1,000 things about me, and regardless of whether it was stuff that's actually true, I'd have to explain myself and probably look like a fool. I remember I was walking through my empty school hallway, awkwardly wearing a Legoland shirt, when out of nowhere this random kid finds me and he was like, "Whoa, you like Legoland? You've been to Legoland? Me too!" And that made me want to die. What am I supposed to tell this kid? Also, to everyone that pointed out my Spider-Man pajamas on stream last year, congratulations, you're part of the problem. So I've always thought that choosing clothes that had as little information as possible would stop people thinking things I don't want them to think. NA, do you want to know a certain day of the year that's all about choosing clothes?
Halloween? Oh my gosh, for this Halloween, I'm gonna dress up as Life from Pigchefer's If Life Was Meant with a Friend. And when my pals ask me who I am, I'll brag I have him on Discord and show them he gave me his autograph.
Your part of the script is over. Why are you still— Wait, that's actually really sick. Can you send me some pics so I can show it next video? With Halloween, my nerves are cranked to 1,000,000. Here, it's not just some kid in the hallway. It would be the entire neighborhood. And they would see everything.
Oh, hey Matthew, looks like you finally dressed up as a... Okay, so the guy's a pig. Probably no self-awareness whatsoever. All of his friends are dressed as awesome anime characters, and this guy chose to be a loser? After 10 years of chickening out, this is his comeback? Absolutely obsessed. He's done the same shtick since the release of Angry Birds in 2009! So he's probably sheltered, uncultured, out of the times that either his parents never held him back or he just never listened, which means he's a spoiled little brat. Too much money on his name. Boy, I would hate to have a child like this guy. The goal of this guy to not be ashamed of himself. Hope you have fun with the rest of the village.
I didn't even get any candy. Fortunately, I don't even eat candy. I found out whenever I eat anything sweet, my throat clogs up really fast and I'd have to cuff up in the toilet every 10 minutes. I can suck it up with fruits and juice and milkshakes because I need my vitamins, but with candy, look at these ingredients. I don't even know what half of these are. I remember a time when I still lived in California when I would keep snacking on chocolate my parents would buy me. I always felt kind of dizzy and my throat was always itchy, but what can you do? I was hungry. Then one day my mom brought home a box of really exquisite chocolates. Pieces in different shapes and types and ooh, they look so good, so we gobbled them up. And the very next day, I skipped school. I fell sick. So from that day on, I've been candy free. All these kind households, they're just here to poison me. That, or I'm just a goody two-shoes, I don't know.
I don't think you're a goody two-shoes, Pig.
Oh, well, thank you.
I just think you're a failure.
What? Well, why?
Oh, Pig, Halloween was never about all of that. It's about having fun with your friends. I'm sure if you stopped hiding in your classroom watching The Sound of Music with your history teacher and just trick-or-treated with your pals for once, you'd have oodles of fun.
Well, I did go out with a friend once.
And
it was probably one of the worst nights of my life. Fellas, say hello to my neighbor church girl. I think the only thing I've ever said about her on the channel is that she dumb because of prom, so it may come to shock you that she asked me out for Halloween when I was making Why I Stopped Trying. I was drawing on my laptop one October day when suddenly I got a message from her. She was like, "Look what I just got in the mail. Do you want to match on Halloween with me?" Now this has never happened to me. I've never been close enough with anyone for them to even think about inviting me to anything. And usually in this scenario, I'd find some excuse to chicken out, but oddly here, I felt excited. Church girl has always been the person I escaped my problems with. I met her at a time of my life when I was feeling especially lonely and unimportant, but the few times I hung out with her, I didn't care anymore. So I thought if I spent Halloween with her, maybe I wouldn't worry so much at all either. The only thing I ever had to worry about was her. 'Cause it was just gonna be me and her, right? So she was like, "Perfect, here's who you'll dress up as. He looks goofy, just like you." So I showed the guy to my parents. They couldn't find a costume online, so they got a guy to custom make the entire costume just for me. That's not to say that I'm rich, this is just how rarely I attend Halloween. And even though I had no clue who I was dressing up as, unlike all 90 of you in the comments right now, I somehow didn't worry. To me, the only judgment that mattered was hers. And I didn't have to worry about the candy either. I finally had someone to give all of mine to. For that moment, I felt like I was right, that I really didn't have to worry about anything anymore. Everything was perfect. A few weeks later, I'm on my bed animating this scene when suddenly I get a message from church girl. She's like, "Pig, I'm outside your house." So I scurry outside and see a strange woman sitting at the table. "Pig, say hello to my beautiful wife. She's gonna be joining us for Halloween." And I was like, "Oh, that's wonderful." Turns out she was actually nice and offered to find me a girlfriend. She also laughed at my EXO reaction, which was surprisingly less painful than it sounds. So in my head, I was like, okay, it's just one more person. I can worry about one more person. A few days later, I'm working on my laptop and she messages me again like, "Hey, I'm inviting a few extra friends. Hope that's okay." Okay, it's just a few extra people. How more could a few be? 3? 4? What about 17? No joke, I put on my costume, went to our meeting place and see church girl booking it from a massive truck. Next thing you know, out the truck erupts the biggest swarm of teenagers I've ever seen. And they were matching. They were matching too. It wasn't just me. So there I was, waddling around town with 17 boys and girls I don't even know, anxious out of my gourd that my mouth felt like it was sewn shut. Would have been fine if we still hung out, but church girl didn't even look at me. She didn't even realize I was there. The entire night she was going around and being stopped by every damn bad 25-year-old on the block to take 50 million selfies. The only time she even realized I was still following them, she was gushing about her high heels and sticking out and being hot. Because that's the reason why she asked me out. She just wanted one more person to tell her that she's hot. After a few hours, I sat down at a table with my head down and my will broken. I talked to no one that day. I had no fun. I was overwhelmed with nothing but fear. So while church girl was distracted filming TikToks by the swing set, I snuck back home and never trick-or-treated again. A few days later, she texted me again saying she felt sorry about that night, but the deed is done. I can grow out of fearing costumes and avoiding candy if I wanted, but this is something I think will affect me forever. Now, even away from Halloween, when friends ask to hang out, I can barely find it in me to say yes anymore. If the people around me turn up more than I can handle, every worry will come back and my mind will crumble, just like it did that night. And that's why I hate Halloween so much. I don't ever want to relive that night. Why are you still here?
Dude, where's the musical? I paid 99 cents just to be here.
Look, sorry that not all my stuff can be massive, okay? I just really want to upload so I never have to go back to college.
Hello everyone. As you can probably tell from my voice, I'm so unbelievably tired from making this video. This took over 400 hours to finish. I'm so ready for it to be over. And for it to probably only get like 3,000 views. Anyways, big thank you to AeonAir and my friend Jazzy for doing some of the voice lines. Thanks to everyone who made all the fan art, which I included in the video. And a huge thank you to all my members and donors for supporting me while I took a billion years to finish this. I hope you liked all my drawings of you in this video. My concept art for you is scrolling on screen right now. There's more I want to say in this end card, which is going on for too long, so I'll just leave it in the pinned comment. But one last tiny thing, I'm going to try my best to upload one more video before the year ends, but if you've been in my Discord server, you know what this video will be. And like, if this Halloween video was supposed to be a smaller upload and still took 2 months straight to make, I don't know what I'm putting myself through with this next one. That's pretty much it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. See ya.